আমাদের মহান নেতা জাতির পিতা বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবুর রহমানকে স্মরণ করে তাঁর অসমাপ্ত আত্মজীবনী পড়া শুরু করছি। যারা তাকে ভালোবাসেন, যারা তার সমালোচনা করেন, অপছন্দ করেন, সকলেরই উচিত এই বইটি পড়া, তাকে জানার জন্য ও বোঝার জন্য। তার সমাজ ভাবনা, রাজনীতি ভাবনা ও বিশ্ব ভাবনার যৎসামান্য পরিচয় পাব এই বইয়ে। আশা করি সবাই সঙ্গে থাকবেন। পরে আমাদের বলা হলো এটা কনভেনশনের প্রস্তাব, লাহোর প্রস্তাব পরিবর্তন করা হয় নাই। জনাব হোসেন শহীদ সোহরাওয়ার্দীকে ওই প্রস্তাব পেশ করতে জনাব মোহাম্মদ আলী জিন্নাহ অনুরোধ করলেন, কারণ তিনি বাংলার এবং তখন একমাত্র মুসলিম লীগ প্রধানমন্ত্রী। কাউন্সিল প্রস্তাব। Whereas in this vast subcontinent of India, 100 million Muslims are the adherents of a faith which regulates every department of their life, educational, social, economic and political, whose code is not confined merely to spiritual doctrines and tenets or ritual and ceremonies, and which stands in sharp contrast to the exclusive nature of Hindu Dharma and philosophy, which has fostered and maintained rigid caste system for thousands of years, resulting in the degradation of 60 million human beings to the position of untouchable, creation of unnatural barriers between man and man, and supreme position of social and economic inequalities on a large body of the people of this country, and which threatens to reduce Muslims, Christians and other minorities to the status of irredeemable helots socially and economically. Whereas the Hindu caste system is a direct negation of nationalism, equality, democracy, and all the noble ideals that Islam stands for. Whereas different historical backgrounds, traditions, cultures, social and economic orders of the Hindus and the Muslims made impossible the evolution of single Indian nation inspired by common aspirations and ideals, and whereas after centuries they still remain two distinct major nations. Whereas soon after the introduction by the British of the policy of setting up political institutions in India on the lines of Western democracies based on majority rule, which means that the majority of the nation or society could impose its will on the minority of the nation or society in spite of their opposition, as implied demonstrated during the 2.5 years regime of Congress governments in the Hindu majority provinces under the Government of India Act 1935, when the Muslims were subjected to untold harassment and oppression, as a result of which they were convinced of the futility and ineffectiveness of the so-called safeguards provided in the Constitution and in the institution of instruction to the governors, and were driven to the irresistible conclusions that in a united India Federation, if established, the Muslims, even in Muslims majority provinces, could meet with no better fate, and their rights and interests could never be adequately protected against the perpetual Hindu majority at the center. whereas the Muslims are convinced that with a view of saving Muslim India from the domination of Hindus and in order to afford them full scope to develop themselves according to their genius, it is necessary to constitute a sovereign independent state comprising Bengal and Assam in the northeast zone and in Punjab, northwest frontier province, Sindh and Balochistan in the northwest zone. This convention of the Muslim League legislators of India, central and provincial, after carefully consideration, hereby declares that the Muslim nation will never submit to any constitution for a united India and will never participate in any single constitution-making machinery set up for the purpose and any formula devised by the British government for transferring power from the British to the people of India, which does not conform to the following just and equitable principle calculated to maintain internal peace and tranquility in the country will not contribute to the solution of the Indian problem. Number 1. That the zones comprising Bengal and Assam in the northeast and the Punjab, northwest frontier province, Sindh and Balochistan in the northwest of India, namely Pakistan zones, where the Muslims are in the dominant majority, be constituted into one sovereign independent state, and that an unequivocal undertaking to given to implement the establishment of Pakistan without delay. আজ এ পর্যন্ত।